Hi, today I'll be explaining how to do a Roland CJ-500 print and cut adjustment. First with doing a print and cut adjustment, and then follow that with a calibration. So that's the correct order you need to do the adjustments in. So here we go, let me turn it around. Okay, so turn the printer on. Okay, load the material and then hit the setup. Then go to menu. First thing we're going to check to make sure that they're all at 0 is the print, cut, and adjust. So go in here, find the feed adjust, make sure it's at 0, which is good. Scan adjust, make sure it's at 0. Now go up to calibration and go down to cutting adjust. And make sure these are all at 0% also. Feed adjust, scan adjust, 0%. Okay, and now let's go into service mode. So turn off the power on the front. Service mode now. And I loaded the material and press the setup key. So now go to the service menu. And what you want to do is go down to print and cut adjust again. Okay, so for your settings, they're going to be different. Every machine has different print and cut adjust settings depending on a lot of things. So what you need to do is find out which is the best settings by doing the test prints. After you press the test print 1 or 2, I like using this one, so I'll show you how to use it. So it's doing a graph where after it's finished printing the graph, it'll cut a line on the feed line and the scan line, telling you how to make an adjustment for the print cut adjustment. This one will help you more because it'll actually explain how to adjust the values. So looking at the line, I can see that the horizontal line goes across, and it's where it intersects is the value of the adjustment that needs to be made. So plus 1.2 is the adjustment that needs to be made for the feed, and the scan is pretty accurate because that's going right on the line, right up the middle, so I think that one's okay, so I'm not going to adjust that one. So for the feed, you go back to the screen, make sure you're under the print and cut adjust, then find adjust for the feed, because feed is for this way and scans for this way. So under feed, I have it set to plus 1.55, so that's accurate because that's what it's telling me to do. Plus 1.2, if you look really closely, it actually does intersect almost right there and not 1.2. But so I've already gone in and done multiple test prints and cuts before this, so that's why mine's set at plus 1.55. But yours, you just got to do test print and cuts using an actual job to see if that's what the most accurate is. This test print and cut does help because it gives you the actual direction to adjust it in, which will help, but it might not be perfect. So you really just have to adjust it on your own after doing a test print and cut on your end. And so that's what I've found to be the best value for mine. So you really can't look and find the actually perfect setting, but once you do some more test print and cuts, like from sending the job and just testing it, then you can find the actual correct setting. So this will help you, but it's not going to give you the actually perfect setting. So that's where you have to go in there and just tweak it a little. Okay, so after the print and cut adjust setting is right, hit the enter key to store it. Then after you hit the enter key, just press the back button and then turn it off. That way you go back to just the regular mode. So turn it back on. So now you're not in service mode. So now we'll be performing a calibration. So hit the menu and calibration and cutting adjust. So for the feed adjust, feed is always vertical adjust, and think of the scan as horizontal adjust. So if the image is cutting, if the cut line is off, so say it's good here and then all the way down here it's off, say to the left. So let me explain this. I made a sample of the calibration adjustment you need to make. Okay, so the print and cut adjustment was just made accurate now, and so it's cutting good over here, but over here it's off. So what you have to do is, I printed out a sample of how to make the adjustment for calibration. So what you do is, this is for the image that was printed and cutted over here on that side. So what you do is you take your image and you're looking at it, and say it's shifting to the right and down. That's how I interpret this. So like you can see it there. So it's too far right and it's too far down. So to make the adjustment, it needs to be moved up and to the left a little. So that tells you that you need to it means you need to set it negative feed and set it negative scan. That way it's going to shift it up and to the left, just where the cut line needs to be. So what you do, you go in here for feed and you want to set a negative value. It's going to be different, so you need to just make, you know, a couple test prints and cuts every time and see which one's the better setting. So after you set it correctly for the feed, hit enter and then go into the scan. Remember again that for my example, you need to set the feed and the scan negative. So then go up, hit enter again, and then just back out and send a test print and cut.